Hello guys, welcome on Tesla Adventures. In this video we are going to discuss the Archimedes law and buoyancy. You must have heard about the story of Archimedes' crown, and you can Google this story and you can find on the Google that in this story Archimedes caught the goldsmith who was doping silver into the golden crown of Archimedes by using the principle of buoyancy. So, according to Archimedes, whenever a solid is being immersed in a fluid, I'm talking about fluid, which means that this principle is valid for gases as well as liquids. So, whenever any solid is immersed in a fluid, then it displaces some volume of that fluid. And the weight of that fluid displaced by that body is equal to a up thrust force exerted by that fluid on that solid body, which means that whenever you immerse any solid in a liquid, then you can experience that that liquid is applying some upthrust force, which is called as buoyancy force on that solid, and a liquid is pushing that solid out of the liquid, and that force is numerically equal to the weight of liquid displaced by the solid. So now let us discuss this upthrust force. Now this upthrust force is also known as buoyancy, and you can see that the buoyancy is applied by the liquid on the solid. So now if we discuss about this buoyancy force, so let us imagine that this is a cylinder whose area of cross section is A and whose height is h. The density of the cylinder is sigma and the density of the liquid in which it is immersed is rho. So we can say that the buoyancy force is equal to the weight of liquid displaced by this solid, and the weight of liquid displaced by this solid will be equal to volume of liquid displaced into density of liquid into G. Now in each case I will refer the density of liquid as rho and I will refer the density of solid as sigma. So weight of the liquid displaced will be, now obviously we know that volume of the liquid displaced is equal to volume of solid immersed. This is volume of solid immersed. And in this case, the complete volume of the solid is being immersed in the liquid. So volume of liquid displaced in this case is equal to AH into rho into G. So first, this is the, in fact, we are just writing down the volume. So volume of liquid displaced will be A into H. So weight of liquid displaced, W, will be equal to AH rho G, and this weight of liquid displaced is called as the buoyancy. This is the buoyancy, and the general formula of the buoyancy is equal to volume of solid immersed into density of liquid into G. This is the general formula of buoyancy. Now let us discuss another form of buoyancy. Let us see that if this top surface of the cylinder is at a depth of y1 from the free surface of the liquid, and the pressure exerted by this liquid on the top of the cylinder is P1, and the pressure exerted by the liquid on the bottom of the cylinder is P2, and the depth of the bottom is y2. So we can say that P2 will be equal to P0 plus y2 rho g, and P1 will be equal to P0 plus y1 rho g, and P2 minus P1 will be equal to y2 minus y1 rho g. And we can say that the force developed due to this pressure difference will be P2 minus P1 into area, and it would be y2 minus y1 into rho GA, and y2 minus y1 is h, so it is h rho GA. This is the force developed due to this pressure difference, and you can see that this buoyancy is numerically equal to this force h rho GA. Okay, so we can say that numerically the difference of the force developed due to this pressure difference is equal to the buoyancy. And in this scenario you can but I'll tell you that this is not the definition, that you could not say that the force developed due to this pressure difference is the buoyancy. It is numerically equal to the buoyancy, but it is not the buoyancy. And the important definition of the buoyancy is the fact that it is the weight of liquid displaced by the solid. This is the definition of buoyancy. So now let us discuss the buoyancy in accelerated frame. So we can imagine a container which is containing some liquid and a solid is being immersed in the container. This solid is in equilibrium inside the container, and the height of the solid is h and the area of cross section is a. Okay, and there is an observer which is standing inside this liquid in the container. So this observer is a non-inertial observer, and we can say that if we imagine a cylinder formed of the liquid, and we can say that this liquid was displaced by this solid cylinder. So the height of this liquid would be same h, and the area of cross section would be a. So the buoyancy acting on this cylinder will be balancing mg plus pseudo force ma acting on the cylinder. So buoyancy will be equal to mass of liquid displaced by this solid into g plus a. And the mass of liquid displaced by the solid will be volume of solid immersed into density of liquid into g plus a. So in accelerated frame, buoyancy becomes V immersed into rho L into G effective. This is buoyancy in accelerated frame. Okay, so now let us also discuss this scenario, that buoyancy is obviously for, if we talk about the buoyancy acting on this solid, then buoyancy is balancing the pseudo force ma and mg of this solid cylinder. So buoyancy will be equal to mg plus a. So buoyancy is vi into rho L into g plus a, and that is equal to m into g plus a. So if we cancel out g plus a, vi will be equal to m upon rho L. This is the immersed volume of this solid inside the liquid. Now if we suddenly stop this container and if acceleration of the container becomes 0, then in this case you can see that the buoyancy will be balancing mg in equilibrium condition, and in this case buoyancy will be obviously V immersed into rho of liquid into G, and that would be balancing mg. So Vi is equal to m upon rho. So this is the immersed volume, which is obviously same as the volume immersed initially when the container was accelerated. So there are two important facts which we conclude from this concept discussion, that if we say that if a container is having some solid immersed in it and that container starts to accelerate, then in equilibrium the immersed volume of the solid will not change, it would remain the same. And the other thing is the fact that buoyancy will be V immersed into rho into G effective, where G effective is the effective acceleration due to gravity, and in that effective acceleration calculation we also include the pseudo force. So we know this concept very well. So this was it in this video, and in the next video I'll be bringing some more interesting concepts about buoyancy. Thank you.